everybody, welcome to Brand Bites, where we're helping you to create sticky content and also supporting you in being able to create consistent customer connection. I'm Bonnie Bonadeo with Brand Me Marketing and Branding Agency, and we are in our fourth week of discussing the opportunity of how you can grow your business. So whether that is with new clients or new talent or an awareness campaign, we put together what we call the ACT method for you to campaign and grow your business. Okay, so let's just discuss the ACT method here. It's 3 acts of a campaign marketing program, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Okay, so the first one, A, is for awareness. Always creating that brand identity, letting people know that you exist, okay, and why and who you exist for, and what you offer them. And how it can help them have a better life or solve a problem. The second one we talked about last week was client acquisition, how to be able to build a campaign that's designed to be and attract new clients coming in. And we did an example with a very simple social media post that you could put out organically, or you could convert it into a paid ad. And then the third thing that we're talking about here is in our fourth week, is the T stands for talent acquisition, because what we know to be true is there's a lot of migration going on with clients, but also with staff, team members, crew members, any of these type of people. There's lots going on. So let's talk a little bit about talent acquisition. So the first thing I want you to ask yourself, if you are in the belief that you need to hire more for your business, that you need to hire more people in your business, then what it's answering the question to is that you then in fact have a client demand, okay? You have a client demand. Now I reference a lot of things from the health and wellness and beauty industry type of thing. So, but you could be a CrossFit clinic in regards to this example, and it would be, you have more clients than you have coaches, trainers, okay? If it was a salon or a spa, you have more clients than you have technicians or service providers. If you're a small business and you're a restaurant, you have more clients than you have servers or cooks, okay? Or back end kitchen support type of thing. So you have to be able to determine first, do you have a client demand? And then what's your timer that you have available? In other words, timer representing time, money, energy, and resources. Do you have the time to invest in the hiring process? Do you have the money to invest in the hiring process? Do you have the energy to not only invest in the hiring process, but to also invest in the training process? Do you have other resources to support you, maybe when it comes to the hiring and or the training process that you're diving into here? And then of course, do you have the available cash flow to pay their hourly wage, whatever that is, okay? So we know a lot of times in certain industries, especially like in the beauty and the spa industry, that the positions that people are requesting are commissioned type positions. But you know that if somebody's coming in and they don't have any business that they're bringing in to their own chair, that by federal law you have to pay them at least the federal minimum wage, which is $7.25. Obviously, in your market area, you might have to be paying more depending on the state that you're in to be able to bring them in. But you can't just start them out and not pay them for sitting around while you're trying to help them build their business, okay? So then you have to really think, do I have the cash flow to be able to do the hiring that I need to do? Now, it's a fine line in that because as an entrepreneur, you always want to create that next level of growth. But at the same time, you also need to make sure that you're balancing out what you need to do. So I'm going to recommend, for those of you that are in the wellness, beauty and wellness industry, I'm going to recommend that you check out my SOS hiring course, and you can go to soshiringcourse.com. And there's a special price of only $47, and it's almost 5 hours worth of content plus workbooks of how to be able to prepare yourself from mindset to resources to how to be able to develop those advertisements of hiring people for only $47. So 5 hours worth of content in there. Now, as we talked about before, we looked at these 3 areas of opportunities, One being that, there's this personal way that you're going to connect your campaign advertising, okay? And I'm just going to use the word advertising, whether you're doing it organically or paid, all right? The second thing is expertise, and the third thing is trust. Now, we've mixed these three things up a little bit based on whether it's an awareness campaign, a client campaign, or now a talent acquisition campaign. And the talent acquisition campaign has to go back to the awareness approach. So the first thing you're going to do, with a slight difference, the first thing you're going to do is, it's not personal about you, it's personal about them. So if you were doing an awareness campaign, you would be personally connecting with them based on who you are, okay? In a talent acquisition campaign, you want to make it very personal to them. You want to speak to them, okay? Expertise is not really on the agenda. So what they're looking for is, are you going to help them achieve expertise? And the third thing is trust. Because they typically were hiring people that might not have a lot of experience, or they're greener in nature with how much expertise that they have, they're really trusting you that you're going to provide for them what you say or what they need. So the third part of it is trust, but you still want to build that in there, that they definitely can trust you to help them find a level of success depending on what industry you're bringing them into. So here's kind of a talent acquisition example, and we're going to, again, reference it as a social media style approach. So the headline might look more like, are you ready to take the next step? Have you recently made a career change? Do you need the mentoring to find the success? Will we help our I'm going to say stylist nurture to success? Grow at your pace type of thing. These are the type of headlines that you want to use, because they're looking for that, I'm not an expert, are you going to help me achieve some expertise in here? The problem is that they have no skill or no experience, and they don't know that they're not really ready yet, okay? Which, again, converts into the absolute approach that you have to train them. You have to train any new person that you're bringing into your organization, period. But in some cases, you might need to train them a little bit further, a little bit deeper, a little bit more, okay? Their desire, of course, is kind of in opposition to their skill level. So their desire is, I want a flexible schedule. Their desire is, I don't want to work full time. Maybe it's a little more than part-time, but maybe it's definitely not full-time. And their other desire is that they want this feeling of autonomy. In other words, they want to feel like they have a sense of independence in what they're doing. I think that a lot of times, especially for beauty and wellness, that people get into this industry because they're creative types, and they're kind of creative leaders in a sense. They're not necessarily analytical followers, all right? But when you look at the problem, the skill level they have and the desire that they have usually is in opposition of each other. And the truth is that makes it hard to be able to really find the right person. So, you might speak to the desire, but package in how you're going to support them with the skill level, okay? I see that I made a mistake here on this. So the solution, I forgot to change the solution out here. So the solution would be really speaking to them first and what you're offering second. In other words, what I see for a lot of advertisements in talent, ads for hire type of thing, is everybody's promoting what they're offering instead of promoting who they want. My suggestion is promote and speak to your ideal person you want to bring in, attract them in first, and then secondly, give them the opportunity to share with them who you are and what you're about, okay? So the images that you'd want to use in this particular type of campaign, the obvious image would be a confident, young, hip person. I don't even know if hip is the right word, but I'm going to say hip in this term. So, if you're going after that, younger millennial or that Gen Z person, then, you want to make sure that the ad looks like what they're attracted to. Not necessarily maybe on brand with your business, but slightly on brand with a generation, okay? The image that might provide some real opportunity for connection would be an ideal young stylist with freedom, okay? I don't know exactly what that looks like, but I want you to think about it. It's not an image that is showing a young person in a salon, because that doesn't look like freedom. That looks like work. So it would be a ideal young hip looking person, maybe hiking, maybe, at a festival. What do they enjoy doing, and where's that freedom that they want to have, but still have a career connection that you could offer them, okay? And then of course, the third image type that you could consider doing it falls into the shocking, humorous, or relatable. And you could the headline could be something like, they said it wasn't a good career choice. Okay, so now I want you to look at maybe a stylist that's just a little bit older than what you might be hiring. Say if it's a Gen Z that you're hiring, it's going to look like a more mature person, but that more mature person has had a level of success. In other words, they're signing papers to buy their own car, they're buying a house, there's money or a representation of success kind of built into that image. Because I know all of you say this, that, and it may have happened to you as well. Many people say, oh gosh, don't go into hairdressing. That's not a good career choice, or don't waste your time, or, that's not really a job or a career type of thing. So no, we've heard that a lot. I know a lot of times we hear from stylists that have had success that they said that their parents really were trying to get them to avoid going into this as a career path type of thing. So what you're kind of doing is you're kind of like pointing out the difference that, hey, there is success here. So you're showcasing a future for this person that you're trying to hire. Okay, so that's what the ad would look like. And of course, if you need support in any of these things, this is what I offer. Okay, so that the Brand Me marketing and branding agency, listen, we're a boutique agency, and I work very closely one-on-one with clients to master the skill set they need to succeed. I'm not about doing all this for you. I'm about teaching you how to do it for yourself so that you can learn the skills that you need to be able to do it. Although I offer all three campaigns and all three offers that we do at Brand Me Marketing and Agency boutique business is, one is a DIY. I teach you how to be able to do a few things under this ACT method so that you can learn it and then go do it yourself next time. The second one is a do it with you. So it may not be that you have the time to invest in just doing it yourself, like a DIY approach. So you're looking for kind of a great partnership to be able to have somebody help you build it and do it with you, but you're learning as you go. Okay, that's the second investment. The third investment is do it for you. That's where we really take on an agency type feel, where you just provide us insight, directives, and then we take that on, take on that type of social media or campaigning or building your digital presence for you. And then of course, go to brandmemarketingagency.com and set up your free call to find out which one is the best for you. It also there's information on that site to be able to guide you as to what might be the best for you. So that was the series of our ACT campaign. A is for awareness, creating a brand, letting people know you exist. C is for client acquisition, looking for ways to be able to build that new client portfolio. And T is for talent acquisition, when you're ready to grow, expand, and scale, and you need to start hiring people to help you get to that next level. Hope you enjoyed the Brand Bites, and we'll see you again soon with more opportunities to help you create consistent customer connections.